Hey everybody, I'm Paul Barnett, and today we're going to talk to you about headshots. We're going to talk a little bit about rebranding. It's November and we're coming into the new year, so a lot of my clients are thinking about, it's time. If you are self-employed or not, it doesn't matter, but if you're using the same headshot that you were using from, 1990, and you've got a permed highlighted mullet and a porn star mustache. Well, actually, I'm describing something that I had, but regardless, if you're using an old shot, it's time to get a new one. So, a couple of quick pointers. I get a call every month or so from someone insisting that they have their headshot done outdoors. There's nothing wrong with that, but I think they want to do it outside because they're afraid that the studio is some sort of uptight environment. And for maybe some people it is, but as you can see here, these are the typical in-studio shots that we're doing, both high key on white backgrounds. We also use natural light, just the natural light windows that you see around us here, with some brick, basically just to kind of give it a look of a casual and more approachable feel. So a couple of pointers. First of all, bring a couple of outfits. There's no reason to just have one look. Do something that's maybe conservative, a little more East Coast, do something that's more casual, a little more West Coast. And the end result is you've got to look authoritative, but you got to look approachable, right? You need both of that. This may sound obvious, but a very important point, don't stay up all night and be out drinking with your friends and then come in for a headshot at noon the next day. It's really going to show. Your energy is going to be low, and you're going to have to, that's just not going to work. Third point, if you want to get your hair and makeup done, that's great. I'm a big believer in it. But if you've never had it done before, just take it easy. Do it yourself, come in, we'll take care of the rest in Photoshop. Fourth point about Photoshop, we use Photoshop every day. But you got to know when to stop it with the Photoshop, right? Look, guys, if you're a few pounds overweight, we have the ability in Photoshop to make you look not only underweight, but I can take a 40-year-old guy and I can make you look 18. Do you really want that? You really want to look like an 18-year-old? No, you want a little seasoned. You've worked for these wrinkles. I'm not saying we can't enhance your face and maybe knock out a few stray hairs and a blemish here or there, but you got to know when to say when with Photoshop. You don't want it to look unrealistic. A few years ago, I was selling my house, and I had these realtors come through, and they lay all their cards down on the kitchen table. And I'd pick a few up, and I would meet them in person, and there was this huge disconnect between the image on the card and them, right? The image on the card was like, all diffused and overly photoshopped with a ridiculous hairdo from, maybe 15 years ago. And I meet these people and I'm like, who are you? So you want to make sure that whatever you're presenting, it's got to be authentic, it's got to be genuine. And I know it sounds obvious, but it really has to be you. It's something that makes people say, wow, I want to go have a cup of coffee with them. Ask your photographer also about black and white versus color. I'm a huge proponent of black and white. As you can see here, these have a message that is deep, it's evocative, it's very sincere, and black and white is also a bit timeless. So as you look at these, you don't really know when they were taken. So the longevity of a good black and white photograph will certainly last a bit longer. Last thing, and really the most important thing, is prior to the actual shoot, sit down with your photographer and let's talk about what you want. What do you do? What do you want to do? What kind of message are you trying to put through to the viewer? Most people, when they look at a headshot, they make a thumbs up or thumbs down decision like a casting director. It's like instantaneous. You need to look whatever your end goal is immediately. So what is that end goal? Do you want to look like super capable? Do you want to look approachable? Do you just want to look likable? You may have this comment a lot. Gee, a lot of people think when I don't smile, I look angry. Well, if that's the case, we need to change that. So whatever your thing is, have a good long discussion with your photographer before you ever step in front of the camera. Okay, I hope that helps. If you need anything, if you wanted more questions about this, if you want to get a hold of us, email us, follow me on Instagram at Paul Burnett Photography, or give me a call.